What's up, everybody? This is Devin White, linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're listening to the LCC Network. Go Bucks.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Commissioner's Clubhouse and the LCC Network for Week 7 of 2020. This is round 2 for us, sitting here at 10:52 at night, so I cannot promise you we're going to go into a lot of depth in some of these games, but we're going to do our best, keep it as high energy as possible. I've got Jordan and Cody on the show with me. What's going on, y'all? Are you ready for this? You ready for round 2 of our Week 7?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. We had a nice little warm up.
We did. We
literally a 40-minute warm up pod.
We did our typical 40-minute show and got to the end and realized that somehow it didn't record anything on their end, just my end. So it was literally me talking to myself for 40 minutes, which that wouldn't have been a lot of fun. So, anyways, we are going to dive into our game of the week. Also, just a heads up to everyone, this is the last week to trade draft picks. Next week is the true trade deadline where players can no longer get traded after next week. So make sure you get those in. If you're thinking about it, Mafale, go ahead and start getting those, 10 plus trades in because this is your last chance until the 2021 offseason begins. So let's dive into it, guys. Let's kick it off with our Week 7 game of the week. Oh, great. The sound drop didn't work. This is going great. Here we go. Oh, no. None of them are going to work. All right, so no sound drops. We're just going to dive into this. This is going great. Our game of the week, you got the Eastside Brawlers versus Mr. 300. Eastside 5-1, Mr. 300 4-2. Roquan Smith, Blake Martinez. Great defensive matchups here on both teams. Two teams that have had great seasons in the past. They've only played each other since 2010, mind you, our first year in the league. They've only played each other 4 times. They split. Eastside's won the last 2 games back in 2015 and 2012. Mr. 300 won the first 2, and the first one was actually a playoff game, which helped send Colby to the Little Critter Bowl and win the very first one ever. So, with that in mind, guys, what are your thoughts on our game of the week?
I'm going Colby because I think Miles Sanders is going to be out.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Mr. 300. I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. For me, I'm going to go Eastside Brawlers as well. But with that in mind, if Miles Sanders does not play, obviously I'm going Mr. 300. I think anyone would say that for the most part. So our next game that we've got to talk to you guys about is going to be an interesting one here. We've got, let me scroll down. Myself at 2-4, coming off a very tough loss, the game I thought I was about to win, versus the Crazy Legs, Matt, who's won 3 LCC championships in the past, who's 5-1, a really good season. His points for aren't all there, but hey, a win's a win, and that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. Who are you guys picking in this game?
I'm going to pick you, buddy.
I appreciate that. Not really, because I feel like you guys jinxed me now. So you picked me last week and I lost. So, Jordan, what about you?
I think it might jinx you, so I'll take those leprechauns from Robo.
You asshole. I'm going to pick myself, too. I don't know if it jinxes me or not anymore, because I'm now, I can't remember. I just looked at this. I'm either first or second in the fantasy pick'ems now. So, but I am going to pick myself. I think that Matt's quarterback situation is going to determine, though, what he does. So we'll move it on down now to Slapdicks, 4-2, who's in survivor mode at the moment, trying to make some trades happen and either go all in for 2020 or truly start building for 2021. Mafasa Moneymaker's 1-5. It's not been pretty, to say the least. He hasn't won a game since week 1. He's also losing Jerome Baker this week. And his team's not putting up any points to begin with each week either. So, who you guys taking here?
I'm going to take Slapdicks because like I said earlier, anybody over Mufali at this point with that team. But also, I'm gonna throw out Slapdicks. I'm right here, dude. I got 2 running backs. Either one of them's up for sale. Jordan.
You heard it here first.
And I want draft picks, so you're gonna have to get it done this week.
You know what? It's crazy. I'm pretty sure on the first podcast we recorded, I chose Slapdicks. And just because I can, I'm going to choose Mafia this week and say he pulls an upset.
Ooh, there we go. That was like perfect timing. That little text chime, whoever got that, I guess he said that. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. We got to pick an upset eventually, so I think why not, right? Next up, though, we got Steel Curtain. That's Cody at 3-3. She's the man at 4-2. The Saints are back, and she was still able to win without him. So take that for what it is heading into week 7. Cody, Jordan, who are you taking in this game?
Taking myself. I got dubs, baby.
Well, hey, you've had a good run so far lately, so I can see that. Jordan?
Well, the Saints are going against my Panthers, and that's probably great news for Alvin Kamara, but I'm going to say we do a little shocking and swarm Drew Brees and make him look like a little girl, and Cody's going to pull this one out.
I'm going to go Maria here in the upset with, I think Drew Brees, though, could have a rough game. I think Alvin Kamara, though, is going to go off. It sounds crazy, honestly. I could see like almost 50 points from him. So,
yeah, I have to preface that with I hate the Saints.
Exactly. I do hate New Orleans with a passion. So we'll keep her rolling. We got Burroughs body count versus Abusement Park. We talked about this in the first go round. This is a really good matchup, and honestly, it's a toss up, and we were all kind of split on it. Burroughs body count 4-2, Abusement Park 3-3, and apparently, for those who don't know, you can actually create a stadium name for your fantasy team on My Fantasy League, and it looks like Peyton's team or stadium name is the Death Drop, which is kind of interesting. And that's where they're playing, at the Death Drop. Who are y'all taking in this?
I'm going to go Burroughs body count with the upset at the Death Drop.
Yeah, I'm taking Abusement Park. Whatever that is, it doesn't sound fun. Like
It doesn't sound fun.
I feel sorry for the body count this week.
Yeah. I think Joe Burr is about to get dropped by Abusement Park this week. I think he's going to pull off an upset and win this.
I see what you did there.
So, yeah, you see what I did? We got the Labatard Lobos playing against the Detroit Bad Boys. The Lobos are 2-4. The Detroit Bad Boys are 3-3. Tannehill versus Mayfield. You gotta love it. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna pick an upset here and go Lobos over the Bad Boys. And I think part of that, honestly, is the situation at quarterback for Billy right now. What does he do, and how does he work with that?
Yeah. Give me the Lobos.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes us a trio Lobos.
Lobos. Going Lobos all the way here. All right. Our next matchup, we are running through this right now. By the way, as I'm recording this, we're 9 minutes in, and we're already here at Detroit, with Charles, the third leg, and Jordan, the Afternoon Delights. I can't play the sound drops right now as they're not working. Both teams, though, are 3-3. Charles is losing Eric Kendricks and Ngakoue. Jordan's losing, and this is way worse, Jonathan Taylor. And that's not going to be very fun. I'm going to go, and I went this way the first go-round. I'm going the third leg. And I think it's an upset because Jordan has only lost once ever to Charles. That was last year in week 12. And they played each other. What was it? Was it 9 times? Something crazy? Hang on.
Yeah, 9 or 10 times.
9 times. Jordan's 8-1. That is one of the most significant margins between two teams in head-to-head play that we've ever seen. So I got to give it Charles, though. I think he's going to get his second win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Charles with the upset in Pleasure Town.
In Pleasure Town, it does say that. It is the stadium name.
That's Gordon Stadium's name, so I'm gonna go with Charles with the upset in Pleasure Town.
I like it.
First of all, no one gets out of Pleasure Town alive.
You gotta pay the pleasure toll.
Geez.
You don't come and see the afternoon delights in Pleasure Town.
Oh god. All right, our next matchup, we've got primetime players. This doesn't even make sense. Primetime players playing against the Vegetarians. Primetime's 3-3. Vegetarians are 1-5. And for those that didn't know, they're playing at Overlord Coliseum of the Vegetarians. I don't even know where that came from. But
that might have been from a previous owner.
I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head there. But no, I picked the first go around. I picked primetime players in this, and I think I've got to go with them again. I think Daquan's team it's pretty good. He's at 3-3. James Robinson, Gardner Minshew have been a big part of that. DeAndre Hopkins, of course. I love T.J. Watt and Jeremy Chin. I even tried to trade for both those guys at one point, and Daquan just wasn't having it. Vegetarians, though, honest to God, probably the best 1-5 team I've ever seen in my life. At some point, he's going to pull out an upset and beat someone. I just pray to God it isn't against me later on.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vegetarians here, and he's going to win in his stadium, the Overlord Coliseum.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll ride with them badges.
The badges. All right. He's going to get off on that badge this week, and I can see it happening for sure. So our next up, we got Hunter of Champions at the Cockpit, which is the Spurs Stadium. I'm going to start going through the stadium names every week, and hopefully some people, if they don't have one, they make one. It'll be kind of fun. Hunter is losing Lamar Jackson. That is a freaking death sentence. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get his crap together this week, and Green Bay as a whole. I'm going to go the Spurs in this. I don't see how Cameron blows this game in the Cockpit, especially.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Spurs as well in the Cockpit, and I think he gives Hunter the cock in the Cockpit. I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Oh, blowout! What do you think? 50 or more, or less?
I could see it. I mean, to be honest with you, Cameron's had some real bad luck facing a lot of teams that are scoring high. I think he had what I said last time, the fourth or fifth best score last week, and still lost. And I just think Hunter's got a lot of key players out and is about to get smoked.
Yeah, he does have a lot of key players out, but you know what? I'm gonna take Hunter of Champions in Cocktown.
Cocktown. Well, the line is 55 points in favor of Cameron. Are you going to go under or over that?
I'll go over.
Over? Holy crap. I'm going to go under. I think that's a lot to beat someone by. And
I'm going to go under because I just said he was going to lose.
Yeah, I knew obviously you would go under. Anytime you enter a pit of cocks, it's not going to look good. So
unless you like cocks. No, just
who knows? I mean, Hunter is a hunter of champions, and he's trying to hunt the Spurs who play in the Cockpit. So maybe I don't know. But
no cocks.
Obviously we're going on I don't know. We're on fumes right now. We're pretty exhausted, as you can tell. But our next matchup, we've got, this is going to be good one. The Hash Slinging Slashers. Whoops, I just messed up my screen. Hang on. See if I can fix this. Anyways, I'm just going to keep it going while I try to fix that. We've got the Hash Slinging Slashers at Michael's team. Michael doesn't have a stadium name, so just pick a name for yourself. This is going to be interesting, though. Both teams are losing their defensive linemen. I know earlier we guys talked about DeAndre Swift, Matthew Stafford, how they could have a really good matchup against Atlanta. But Atlanta is coming off a win. They play a little bit better in Atlanta. I'm going to go the Hashling Slashers in this.
Me as well. I think Mondo gets on a roll and gets 2 in a row this week.
Yep, give me the Slashers. I think I said on the first one, all he's really doing is plugging DeMarcus Lawrence in, and he should have a win lined up.
Okay. Well, I got the screen to work now, so that's good. Okay, cool. We'll move on down to our next matchup. We got Beg for G-Reg versus the Detroit Bad Boys. BP is 4-2. Dirty Mike is 1-5, and they're playing at the Bird Nest. This will be interesting because, I mean, BP is losing literally like half his roster this week due to buys.
Bird Nest.
He's going to the
names are golden.
He's going to the Bird Nest without half his dudes. I mean, could we see an upset here?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Like you can't show up to the nest with no players.
Yeah, I'm taking Dirty Mike and the boys as well.
Yeah, I think this is an upset. I think this is a trap game for Beg for G-Rag. I don't see how they come out of this alive in the nest.
I would love to make a suggestion to Dirty Mike to change that stadium name to the Soup Kitchen.
The Soup Kitchen. Or the Prius.
I'm thinking of the Prius.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right. Our last matchup here. I don't know if he has a stadium name, so this will be interesting. We got Sunday Funday at Give Me More. Oh, no stadium name. That's a letdown. It's going to be interesting in some degrees. I think earlier, if I remember right, guys, you guys were picking Sunday Funday to actually surprise Jameson in certain ways. Who are you guys picking in this matchup?
I'm going to go. I picked all the same teams I picked the first time. So, yeah, I'm going Sunday Funday with the upset.
Okay.
I've switched a few times, and I'm probably going to do it again. And I'm going to say Jameson. But beware, Jameson, because you have to lose at some point.
You have to. That is true. I don't think I've been in any fantasy league where someone went undefeated in the regular season, ever. I've played in some pretty uncompetitive leagues where you could see a guy going undefeated, but no, it just never happens. I mean,
well, if he goes undefeated, I know for a fact he's going to lose that first playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. He's kind of like me in some regards.
Drop one now, Jameson, and let the fantasy gods pick you back up in the playoffs.
That's true. I'm gonna go Give Me More in this. I'm gonna pick Jameson to march to 7-0 and continue his winning streak. Which, now I'm talking about what is the longest winning streak in a single season. I'm about to go see if I can find it real quick on our history page.
I feel like just winning streak or just to start off the season.
Winning streak. It's got to be like 6 or 7, I would assume.
I feel like I'm probably pretty high.
Okay.
I also want to point out, Patrick, you're going into the Golden Lake Stadium, so it's going to be pretty tough.
The Golden Lake Stadium? I don't want any part of that. That sounds rough. The Golden Lake Stadium. So, all right. Can you guys guess what the longest winning streak is?
8.
Yeah, I was going to think 8.
It's 9. Jade won week 1 to week 9 in 2015. Second place is 8 games. 3 teams have done it. First time it was done 2012. Eastside Brawlers won weeks 5 to 12. 2018, Hunter did it between weeks 5 to 12. And 2018 as well, Jameson actually did it weeks 5 to 12. So if he wins this week, he'll be 1 game away from tying his best streak ever.
So did any of those teams win a championship those years?
Hang on, let me think about this.
Did your dad or Jade?
So no, my dad lost to Jade in the championship game, Little Critter Bowl. Hunter obviously has never won a championship. Jameson's never won a championship. and Jaden 2015 lost in the playoffs to Colby in the semifinals.
Look at that. Not a good
Not a good
moment.
sign. Not a good sign. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's tough to do. It's really tough to do that. For those wondering, what's the longest losing streak in a season? Well, it's 11 straight losses, and that was kick-ass, rest in peace, from 2014. Actually, we talked about this. Thank God we didn't save it because I was totally wrong. Someone has lost 11 straight games after week 1, and that was kick-ass. So it's been done. Hopefully, Mafali, that doesn't happen to you because that's pretty rough.
That takes some dedication.
That does take some dedication. You'll be really dedicated to not setting your lineup for a long time.
Or trading all your players.
I'm dedicated to suck.
I'm dedicated to suck. Team Kyle. Oh, God.
Welcome to Sucktown. Not to be Pleasure Town.
About to be pleasure. Oh, man.
Cockpit.
Or the cockpit.
Or the cockpit, yeah. Well, that was cool. I mean, we jumped in some history there at the end of the show. You guys got anything to add, though, before we close it out?
Good luck this week, everybody.
Yeah.
Get your rest. Drink plenty of fluids. Make sure everyone gets out in boats. Coming up, you know.
Hit me up, Slapdicks.
Jordan, you want to sing us a song, or is our going out song?
Yeah, I got us.
All right.
You ready? All right.
Go get us going.
If you want to get down on these airy balls,
Then why don't you jump right in?
all right, that'll do it. I'll wrap up the show
All
tonight.
right, we'll see you guys week 8.
All right.